Yeah, because I'm using a PlayStation controller and Steam doesn't like PlayStation controllers because it sucks. Because it sucks. Boop. That was interesting. Um, is the audio loud enough, guys? Hang on. Doubled up my desktop for some reason. Why is it not playing the Steam game audio? I'm gonna lose my mind. There it is. Alright, is the audio loud enough? I know it's pausing and stuff, but good audio level. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Ow. Calculator hurts, but I get it. Retro also hurts, but I get it. Alright, we're gonna use the original aesthetic, but that's a really cool detail, guys. Way to go. What are we going to call our newspaper? I think I know. Unless it's too long. And it isn't. It's amazing how serendipitous that worked out. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination, or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Valentina! Good morning. Glad to see you back. I didn't expect you so early. I don't have like a 40s vibe voice. It's gonna be all over the place. Bear with me. I didn't sleep! Where's my pop? Everything should be ready. You will receive your computer by tomorrow. My computer? When does this take place? This is gonna be good. Here, see? If you need a refresher on how things work, you can find the manual on your desk. But don't worry, nothing changed much. Once again, I'm really happy to see you back. Oh, fun. Can I point and click on anything else? Yep. Oh, financial report. Why is this one white? Did we do that badly? Or is that projections? That's supposed to be an A? It's supposed to say accident? If that's what you're going for, I would maybe recommend changing the pixel art so that it's like a loopy A. Like a boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. A little box with a little overhead hook. Because that just says Oxidant. Or make it a capital like in Asia. I don't... What is Oxidant? Oxidant. Look at the A in Asia. I think that's supposed to be an O. But it's... So Occident? That's not a word. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm wondering if they, like... started with like a lowercase a, and then they were like, oh, that doesn't work. So then when they did Asia, they made it a capital A. I don't know. Occident is not a word. Occident. Is that an umlaut? No, it's not! Jesus Christ. I cannot believe you guys don't know what an umlaut is. No, it's more of an accent aigu. And go accent graph your faces into the fucking mud. Nika, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm angry. Come here. No! No! Come here! Mwah. Give me cuddles. Oh. She's decided she's had enough. God damn it. I don't know why we could draw on this, but it is fun. Oh no, I ruined the mountain hill thing. Whatever that was. I don't know why you could draw on that, but it's amusing. That's cool. Oh, I can't open any of the drawers. Poke. Laura sent me a million of emails. Okay, that's grammatically incorrect. Grammatically incorrect! That needs to be fixed. Especially in a to-do list. Place one article on the grid. Optional, place 2 more articles. Use the stamp to send the newspaper to the print. Okay, that's the actual game, so we'll do what it wants us to. The editor's manual. The workstation is used to prepare the front page that will be published the next day. A newspaper can only be printed if it contains at least one article. To do this, the editor chooses and places editor. That either needs to say the editor will choose and place, or the editor chooses and places the articles on the front page's grid. The editor arranges the articles as they see fit. Please note that not all articles can be printed. They should be selected with care. Click the article, move the article, click the article, drag and drop the article. Article zoom, right click to expand the article. Once an article source has been looked into, the fact-checking department puts a mark on the article. There are different types of marks depending on the versatility of the veracity. That says veracity of the source. Advertisement. Increase the newspaper's funds. Checkmark. The article source has been verified. X. The article source couldn't be verified. Question mark. The article information needs to be verified. Once the articles are correctly arranged, the newspaper is sent to print. To do this, the editor uses the print stamp on the left side of the workstation to validate the front page. Note, this stamp is available if the newspaper contains at least one article. Click on the arrow to expand the stamp. Once the stamp is correctly positioned, click on it to validate the print of the page. Okay. Let's go! So, this is what attracted me to this game. You have all these different articles, right? And we just read some of them are verified, some of them aren't. Although it looks like day one they're all verified. Some of them are ads that like give us money to run, but we can only print so many. We only have so much room. So you're supposed to go through and pick which ones make it to the paper and which ones don't. But depending on what you select, it like fucks with the world. Canada City, UK City, West America, Occident. Is that? Are they saying that that's the what the world is called? So it is an O. Is that like the name of the city? Canada City, UK City, West America, dot dot dot, Occident. Occident, Occident. How are we saying this? You can't give me a word that looks like a typo and then not tell me how to say it. I gotta go help my dad change out tires on his truck. Wish me my back, my knees, and my arms good luck. I'll look for now. Alright, have fun, Connor. Thanks for stopping by. City where the cost of living is soaring. Investigation. Charlie Fox interview, a retrospective on Charlie Fox and her latest controversial movie, Tomorrow Occident. January elections. Questioned several times on the subject, Peter Williams assures us that I lost my accent. That the UCO is already thinking about what comes next. The defeat of the UCO is unthinkable. With the rival Liberty Party LP climbing in the polls, should the president of the UCO fear the forthcoming elections? Or latest voting intentions. Oh no! Right off the bat, it's giving me a problem. Because if I publish this kinds of things, is that gonna is people reading that gonna be discouraged to go vote for the other parties? Are they gonna see that the UCO's ahead, so they're gonna show up in numbers to try to? Ah! This is why I don't work for the paper. All right. Well, this says that the LP is climbing in the polls, but this just shows them as being behind. So this is misleading because this is like, look at how out front UCO is, but this specifically states that the Liberty Party is climbing in the polls. So we're gonna publish this because that has more information. This is an investigation into the cost of living going up. So that seems pretty pertinent. I'm afraid to publish this. And honestly, it doesn't really want to let me do it with both of these out there. There's no way to finagle that. So if we're doing that, then I guess we're going to throw in this fluff piece to optionally print multiple. Because I don't like that this poll is just like, this is where we're at. This is the voting intentions, because it doesn't show that LP's climbing. So this at least says that it is. And then an investigation piece is probably a good idea to throw in there too, about the rising cost of living. Okay. This is terrifying. I really have to finish that before tomorrow. Everything is ready for tomorrow from tomorrow's front page. Great. See you tomorrow then. You're already putting more thought into this than actual journalists. Well, that's the problem with actual journalists, isn't it? That's the thing. They're not supposed to have to put thought into it. because all of the articles are supposed to be written from a non-biased perspective. You're supposed to know what your bias is, understand what your bias is, and write from a factual, non-biased perspective when you write articles. So therefore, any article that is taken is supposed to be as free from bias as possible. But that's not what they fucking do. That's not what fucking happens. So then the editor is supposed to put the thought in and read the shit and be like, hey, this reeks of fucking bias. Let's not print it. That's the point! The IT department finished installing your computer. You should have access to all the applications except for the wiki. A special authorization is now required to use the wiki application. Yeah, this became mandatory with the new digital and data laws. I already requested access for you, so the app should be unlocked later this week. That's all for me today. Is that for me to verify things myself? What's the wiki for? There's a game! Let's check my emails. Good morning. We would like to remind all employees that J. McKenna Stories is a free, independent newspaper. We strongly condemn any form of coercion or bribery. That being said, we highly encourage publishing advertisements in order to support newspapers' funds. Thank you for your understanding. Why are they sending that to me? I know, I work for that paper. From Laura. Is this real? Hey, I heard from Valentina that you're back in the game. My fault for missing coffee breaks lately. Let's go for drinks tonight to celebrate that. Greg pays his round. Welcome back. Morning. Long time no see. I hope you're feeling better after your little break. Oh, Greg seems like an asshole. To celebrate, Laura's paying the drinks tonight. Catch you later. Why does it still have an exclamation mark on it? Oh, this is interesting. We've already missed stuff. We missed Laura's party, but she hasn't seen me in a while. So did she not go to her own party, or did we skip her party? Can't click on these. 9 a.m. RDV doctor. Call mom. Back to work. The Lights Festival's on the 22nd. The office party's on the 24th. And then we have a week off. How fun. Oh, and we get to see what we actually posted. Cool. Calorie clicker. So you're just supposed to outclick Laura and Greg. Fuck you, Greg. Eh. Fuck you, Laura. Get the fuck out of here. I have 150 calories. Those, like, constantly go up. That sucks. Alright, and we can't get to the wiki. Boop. Boop. What's in the news today? Oh my god, so many. Oh my god, my phone needs to shut the hell up. Oh, that... I got a text message! People like me. They really like me. They really, truly like me. Oh, I guess I never told the Discord that the stream was live. Whoops. Oh, right, the link doesn't work if I do it from my phone. Because Discord is weird. And stupid and weird. I need to get back to this auto sending because I hate writing this every time I stream. Boop, boop. Okay. Hola, working and lurking. What else is new? Thanks, Curtis. I don't. Your first words didn't work. Why did your first words not work? StreamerBot! Alright, well, that's good to know. So the first words are broken for whatever reason. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for the lurking, though. Boop. Amazing deal! Save time in the kitchen now. The new Cookily 3.0. 150 AUD discount. New stadium inauguration. Peter Williams, the president of the UCO, was eagerly awaited at the inauguration of the new Olympic Stadium. The president was warmly welcomed by the public. This feels like a fluff piece. I don't like that. I mean, I guess it's factual, but like, it's also very biased by just immediately saying that he was warmly welcomed by the public. That's an opinion. That's a straight up opinion. You can't say someone was warmly welcomed without it being an opinion. You could say he was there. You can say what he factually did, but as soon as you say that he was warmly welcomed, that's bias. LP Liberty Party exclusive interview. Okay. Lieb, what's for dinner? Discover fusion cuisine of the Occident and Asia like you've never tasted before. Is Occident a city? Is it a continent? Because, like, if it's like, let's replace this with, like, New York City. Discover fusion cuisine of the New York City in Asia doesn't make sense. If you replace this with a country, if Occident's a country, discover fusion cuisine of the Canada and Asia doesn't make sense. So, like, the only way that the works is if you're calling it as like a group. Because even if this is like continent wise North America, discover fusion cuisine of the North America and Asia doesn't make sense. The only reason, the only way this would work is if it was like the Americas, which is a grouping of countries. That's North and South America, the Americas. So grammatically, that needs to be fixed, I'm pretty sure. Unless Occident is a collection of other continents in this game. Until I'm assuming when I get access to the wiki, I'll find out a little bit more in regards to that, but I'm trying to make this so that you can actually see. I don't know where to put this where it works. Is that better? That's probably better. Um, but yeah, grammatically that doesn't sound right. like this would have to be an area, not a specific like the Pacific and Asia. Like you've never tasted before. Takeaway available. Germany City, Berlin Street, 314, Sector 30BC12. Okay, so we got 2 paid ads. Everything else is verified. Attack in the middle of a speech. A stone thrown in the middle of a speech forced the authorities to break up a UCO rally. Peter Williams said he was shocked that such an act of violence could take place in the Occident. Apprehended a few hours after the incident, the assailant declared having acted in reaction to the party's recent migration policies. See, this is all facts. Fact, a stone was thrown in the middle of a speech. Fact, authorities broke up the rally. Fact, you have a quote. Fact, the suspect was apprehended. Fact, he stated why he did it. This is all facts. That makes it in. This feels like a fluff piece and it has opinion in it. I don't like that. This just says we have an exclusive interview with the Liberty Party, which tells me nothing. But this makes me feel like I have to print the fluff piece because this is feeling too biased against the UCP or UCO. Wonder where that slip of the tongue came from. Where did I possibly get UCP from? My bad. Because, like, this is factual, but then printing an exclusive interview with the opposition makes it feel like we are supporting the opposition. Because we're not also running an exclusive interview with the UCO. Or any interview with the UCO. So, to check our own bias, we can't just be promoting the LP. We have to have something promoting the UCO, which means we have to include this fucking fluff piece. God damn it. And this doesn't say how much we're getting paid for either one of these, does it? Just that we're getting paid. So we'll run one printed ad. I think that's as balanced as we can get. The manager still didn't approve my days off. Interesting. I wonder if I can check that before... Like, is it saying that the Occident is what this line is? So it's like Canada, North America, half of South America, half of Africa, most of Europe. It's just Occident and Asia. Is that what this is saying? But then it wouldn't be the Occident. Because you don't have multiple Occidents. You have one area called Occident. Because it's the Americas, because there's a North America and a South America. So it's the Americas. Hello, Tenacity! Sorry, the welcome messages did end up broken, and I don't know why. Make it make sense. I don't know. Okay, and then it also posts the paper I did yesterday. What's going on out here? Oh, that dude's hanging out at the fountain. Nothing's on fire. Oh, there's a kitty in the window. Hello, kitty in the window. Like, am I supposed to reply to this? I don't know why there's an exclamation mark on it. Anyway. Alright, I guess that's it for today. Boop, boop. See you tomorrow. Good morning. I have great news. Oh, that should not be I have a great news. It should be I have great news. Nat called me yesterday evening, just after you left. Being a reporter doesn't leave you a lot of free time, I guess. Anyway, I told Nat that you were back at the office now. Check your inbox today. You probably received an email. You two always did a great job together. Boop. Oh my god, so many emails. Is this just like basically like a star? Like the manager, it's important. Nat external. You're back. Good morning. I heard you're back to the madhouse. This is an amazing news. That should not be un. It should just be this is amazing news. It wasn't the same while you were gone. I'm currently conducting an investigation on Asian borders checkpoints. That should just be, I think, Asian border. Like, yeah, there's multiple checkpoints on that border, but it's one border, according to your map. God, my freaking ring light keeps falling over. See if I can attach this to the table. Stop falling. The situation over there is tragic. I'll let you know what I find. Cheers, Nat. Manager. Good morning. Prism is one of our main investors. They're funding a large portion of our production. They ask us to promote their latest product, so be sure to include the Prism advertisement in tomorrow's front page. That should be they asked. ASKED. Thank you, the manager. Thought we weren't supposed to be taking... Well, I guess he's considering it an ad. Laura. Hey, yesterday night was awesome. I missed your joke so much. I hope you're not pissed about what Greg said. He can be a real jerk sometimes. Uh-oh. Office manager, farewell party. Good morning, everyone. It is with a heavy heart that we announce today is the last working day of our dear Ronald Winkle? That's a weird way of spelling that name. Oh my god. Winkle. Ronald was our press relation director for more than 10 years, and it is with great emotion that we thank him for his years of work and dedication. Join us tonight from 6 p.m. for the farewell party in honor of Ronald Winkle. Winckel. That's such a weird way to spell that. I'm assuming I still don't have wiki. Okay. It'd be cool if you marked certain things, like when I read that email from Laura and Greg inviting me out for drinks, if then when you went to the calendar, it was like written in of like drinks with Laura and Greg. And like that email I just read said that there's going to be a farewell party for Winkle tonight. You could put that on the day now. Stuff like that. That would be a cool little thing. Of just like when you read the email, it gets put into the calendar. Well, we're projecting more money. god, there's so many. Okay. Well, we have a we have the weather. West America, East America, North Europe, South Europe, Asia East, Asia West. The anti-digital policy. The political party Earth was recently heard at the Occident Parliament following their 48th attempt at repealing the anti-digital policy. Exclusive investigation. Okay, that sounds factual about the third party that we haven't talked about yet. See life through a different prism. Discover our new range of anti-aging creams and benefit from exclusive offers. So we were told to run that. Which I'm assuming is put in there so that we can't run certain stories. Calm finally restored at checkpoint 03A. Shots were fired by UCO soldiers in an attempt to disperse aggressive demonstrators after stone throwing targeted border guards. Calm was restored early in the evening with no further minor incidents. No injuries were reported. So we have two different verified stories about checkpoint 3A. Shots were fired by UCO soldiers after a scuffle between refugees from Camp 3A and border guards, while 2 critically wounded were evacuated by the armed forces. With the utmost discretion, a total of 10 people were injured. Okay, well, when it's between these two, calm finally restored, and then it says literally nothing. It just says shots were fired in an attempt to disperse aggressive demonstrators after stone throwing targeted their agents. When you read this one, this sounds way more factual and unbiased, because it's shots were fired by soldiers after a scuffle between refugees and border guards. 2 were critically wounded and evacuated, and 10 people were injured. This is that's the non-biased story. Boop. Now, unfortunately, running that story means we have no room for the Earth Party story. Do we just not run either one of these? Because I want to run the exclusive with the third party, because we haven't talked about the third party at all. The weird thing is this ad doesn't even really matter. Like, we were told to run the ad, okay, cool, but it's such a shape that it doesn't affect the other things that we can run. Because even if we take this out, as soon as we run this, we can't run the other one. We can't run the Earth policy one. Like, this is what's affecting what we can run, not the ad. No matter what, we can run the ad. And the weather. Which I guess should be above the ad. Maybe we don't run either one, because Nat... I'm currently conducting an investigation on the border checkpoints. The situation over there is tragic. I'll let you know what I find. Because that makes it sound like maybe don't run this at all and wait for Nat to send you an article. Unless this is supposed to be the article that Nat sent you. That might be a cool thing to add. If, like, when you take a look at this, how there's, like, space here and there's space here, if maybe you always wrote the reporter's name. Because then people could, like, spot trends and, like, oh, this one is always written in the point of, like, the UCO is great. And if that's always the same reporter, then you know that that reporter has that bias, and then you can, like, look out for it. Meanwhile, if this is supposed to be the article that Nat wrote and sent me, I have no idea right now if that's the case. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to, if that email means that tomorrow I'll have an article by Nat in my thing, or if this is supposed to be the article by Nat. Because if this is supposed to be the article by Nat, I want to run it. But if it isn't, then I'd rather wait for Nats. So if you can add reporter names to these, that would be great. That would be an amazing feature of the game. And then, like, if you don't, like, if the reporter's not gonna matter, then you can just make up a name and slap it on there. But I'm gonna take it as that email means that Nat's gonna mail me something later. So I'm gonna print our exclusive investigation with the Earth Party, and then I'm gonna hope that I get an article from Nat tomorrow. Is how I'm interpreting that, but I don't think I don't know if that's correct or not. Is there not? There's nothing else, right? There's nothing hidden. Okay. Oh, we got a little band playing. This dude's still hanging out by the fountain. Little family. Oh, the cat's gone. Wonder if Greg proofreads his emails sometimes. Who knows? Like, the 3A border is the Asian border that Nat was talking about, which is why I'm concerned. But knock knock. Oh, hi Laura. Hey there. How you guys doing? Reynolds' farewell party will start soon. Are you two coming? It's a bit weird to say goodbye to someone you never really worked with. But let's use the opportunity to drink on company's dime. See you there, then. Always the same. Good morning. Laura was really upset this morning. Apparently, Greg once again vanished to join one of the UCO seminar. If it's one of the, then seminar should be plural. He's often invited to. He was supposed to review and triage today's articles to avoid fake news. You'll have to be extra careful today and double check all the information in the articles. Good news then, the IT department gave you access to the wiki. It's an application on your computer. You can use it to search about almost anything. If you're not sure on how to use the wiki, you can consult the manual on your desk. Good luck for today. I have a coffee cup now. Oh, and Smoker Guy is back. And so is Cat. Hi there. Subject overwork. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but since Greg vanished to the yearly UCO seminar, we didn't have the time to fact check all of the articles. Be extra careful and double check everything in your article choice. Article choice, it should be no S. Today, to avoid sending fake news to the print, use the wiki, your calendar, or anything else to verify the article's information. I can't believe Greg is invited again. Seminar my foot. If you want my opinion, he certainly spends his day wallowed on the giant buffet, drinking and eating. That should either be and or there should be an apostrophe there. But like, I mean, you can argue with short form in an email, but no one writes that. They would either write just an N or the full word or like use a symbol, but they wouldn't write an. Office manager, goodies. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to announce that we received some mugs from our generous partner, Prism. You can come and pick a mug at the office manager's desk. Limit of one per person. Grab them while they're hot. Nat. Hi. I woke up quite early this morning to attend the premiere of Tomorrow, the Occident. Given the controversy, I assume you've already heard about it. Unfortunately, Charlie Fox's film premiere couldn't happen. Some UCO extremists were already there, and they completely ruined the event. To avoid further tension, the premiere was quickly cancelled. My opinion is that the Occident isn't ready for a reunification with Asia, regardless of what the government says. Okay. Oh, so many. Oh, none of it's verified? Not a single one of them is verified? Greg, you piece of shit! Oh my god. Okay, theaters bring the curtain down. In the wake of protests, the premiere of Charlie Fox's new movie, Tomorrow the Occident, has been cancelled. A decision warmly welcomed by its detractors. Okay, so we know that's true. Nat emailed us about it. Tonight, are you ready to shine brightly at the Lights Festival? I think they're supposed to like goad you into printing this because it's by Prism, but tonight is not the Lights Festival, so that's incorrect. Sub-Atlantic Tunnel reopening? Following a recent board meeting. Oh snap, it'd be a Jane. Hello, Stavovich. Sorry, the welcome messages are supposed to be fixed, but they're not. I'm so concerned about how hot the laptop is. Following a recent board meeting, the Solid Company has resurfaced the possibility of resuming renovation work on the Sub-Atlantic Tunnel. The tunnel had been closed following leakages that were deemed to be a cause for concern. So that's a maybe. Demolition of the courthouse statue, which we can easily verify by doing this. And it's still there. So that is also incorrect. After 10 years of service, Ronald Winkle jumps ship. Interview. That's also incorrect. He retired. Wait, where did that go? Oh, there it is. Bringing the Koch Lunar Station back home? What? Bringing the Koch Lunar Station back home. No worries, I got personally welcomed by you and you didn't charge me this time. What have I ever charged you? I'm concerned. The OSA has announced being now able to send a shuttle to rescue the 200 inhabitants of the Koch lunar station who have been living on borrowed time since the station's accident 5 years ago. That sounds like a nightmare to verify, but that'll go in the maybe. Exclusive interview with Rene LaRoche, Secretary General of the Liberty Party. Okay, so that's a maybe. UCO celebrates its 25th birthday. Today we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the creation of the glorious UCO party. The president will attend tonight's festivities. That's biased as fuck, so we're not printing that no matter what. So we have to verify this, this, and this. So the Sub-Atlantic Tunnel. Following a recent board meeting, the Solid Company has resurfaced. So what's the Solid Company? Solid is a construction and infrastructure maintenance company based in Occident. They are the industry behind the construction work of the Sub-Atlantic Tunnel that was built from France City and East America. That's worded weird, but I get it. Leakages and various worrying incidents, that should be plural, led the authorities to shut down and close the access to the tunnel. That should just be close access to the tunnel. Following its closing, the company's revenue plummeted and most of its investors chose to distance themselves from the business. The company recently issued a statement that they are looking into restarting the construction work in order to reopen the Sub-Atlantic Tunnel to the public. Construction would be greatly funded by the government. This just brings me back to this. Okay. Resurface the possibility of resuming renovation work. Tunnel's been closed following leakages that were yeah. Okay, so that's all right. That's all true. Oh, we can fit all four of these. Okay. Bringing the Koch lunar station back home. The OSA. Let's check that first. Occident Space Agency. The OSA is the entity in charge of the space program in Occident. The organization started a space colonization initiative with the creation of the Koch lunar station. However, a global outage forced the lunar station inhabitants to confine themselves in the emergency sector. Over the past 5 years, the station residents are living on the emergency food and oxygen supply. After an aborted rescue attempt due to another technical failure, the OSA recently announced a shuttle was about to take off to rescue the 200 occupants of the Koch lunar station. Announced being now able to send a shuttle to rescue the 200 inhabitants of the Koch lunar station who've been living on borrowed time since the station's accident 5 years ago. Yep, that's true. All right, Rene LaRoche, Secretary General of the Liberty Party. Good. How do I search for Rene? Okay. Political party created after the major protests that happened across the Occident. The main objectives of the party are the Occident Asia reunification and the shutdown of the border checkpoints. Following Svetlana Nicholas's arrest leader of the party and political opponent of the UCO, the Liberty Party gained a massive influx of popularity, especially from the younger demographic. Despite the declarations of the new Secretary General, Maxime Laroche, trying to distance himself from the actions of Svetlana Nicholas, the party is considered by many as extremist, even dangerous. Born in Northern Asia, Svetlana Nicholas moved to Occident, accompanied by her brother and her two parents at the age of 11. Confronted to what she's always described as a discrimination by birth, Svetlana and her family lived in several of the poorest districts of the Occident. When she turned 18, she began her political career and created the Liberty Party with the goal of having the discriminated Asian voices heard. The militant was arrested shortly after the attack against the Ministry of the Border that killed 3 people. Svetlana is now detained in Paris City District 15C's prison. Secretary General of the Liberty Party. Since the arrest of Svetlana Nicholas, Maxime Laroche grew in District 9B of France City before pursuing his political studies abroad in Canada City. The Secretary General has been accused multiple times of incitement to violence following the numerous attacks inputted to the most extremist fringe of the party. Had always declared having no responsibilities in the actions committed by these individuals that are acting without validation from the party. Alright, well, we can't print this because it's wrong. It's not Rene Laroche, it's Maxime Laroche. So we can print, this seemed verifiably correct. Be crazy if I then looked out the window and the statue was gone. Kitty! Kitty, kitty, cat, cat. I hope today went well. Enjoy your evening. Where is my pop? There's my pop. Why is there a pool floaty in my office? Good morning. One final effort before the weekend. Do you have any plans? On my side, I should probably start Christmas shopping. Anyway, good luck for today. Boop. Boop. Greg and Nat. I owe you one. Hey, I saw yesterday's front page. You and Laura did a great job without me. Thanks a lot. I knew I could count on you. I owe you one. Speaking of which, smiley face, I brought you a little surprise from the seminar. I hope you won't be mad. By the way, what a seminar it was. These guys are crazy. You should have seen the size of the pool. Oopsies. Please don't show this email to HR. Uh-huh. See you again, Greg. Greg is an asshole. Why are we friends with Greg? Nat, external, border checkpoints. Hey, I went to Border Outpost 3A to conclude my investigation of the situation over there. To be honest, it was terrifying. The living conditions of these people are awful. Entire families are sleeping in tents, in the cold, and with no water supply. Yeah, so those articles, none of those were by Nat. Because she hadn't been there yet. Okay. They're endlessly waiting on the Occident to grant residence permits. That should be sent. Or I'm sending you an article about it. There are a lot of testimonies. You absolutely must add this article to the front page. People need to know the reality of what's going on there. Take care, Nat. Dee Dee is missing. Is that a rat? Is this a rat or a cat? What the fuck is this? Editor-in-Chief's desk, how can I help you? Oh, the manager wants to talk to him. Sure, I understand. I'll put you in touch. Hold on. Good morning. We received an emergency request from the UCO's press relations office. The person in charge asked us to dedicate the front page to a special article. This is an exclusive interview of Peter Williams, the president of UCO. You should have received the article by now. Be sure to print the front page with this article. That's it. Your wishes are our commands. That doesn't sound like a non-biased report. I have defeated the tires. Gonna lurk while Squally and I stream. Okie doke. Oh my god, look at how huge it is. It's literally the entire front page. Oh my god. I haven't always been the president people think I am. Deep down, I'm even a simple man. How to become the most powerful man on the planet? Retrospective on an incredible career. From proletarian's child to politician, Peter Williams has risen through the ranks with wisdom and humility. That's biased as fuck. You guys could get the fuck out of it. You know what would be nice? If there was like a little like folder or something that I could put things like this in that I like for sure know I don't want to print it. Just to get it out of the way. Like, it should be accessible in case I accidentally put something in there and I decide I do want to print that. But if there's like a little folder or something where I could be like, get out of here. And then it's like, oh no, I didn't mean to put that in there. And then you like open the file folder and you take it out again. Just so that this isn't as chaotic. So Dee Dee is missing, that's a maybe. Shutting down of independent media. Freiheit. The German newspaper, which has been in deficit for years, recently rejected a takeover proposal from the Prism Group. We're a free, independent media and will stay that way, even if it means bringing down the curtain. Alright, that's potential. What's really going on at borders? Checkpoints. That, again, shouldn't be plural. Discover the stories of 3 refugees at checkpoint 3A. We can't enter in Occident because we do not have the necessary papers. Asia, that should be rejects with an S. Us, ever since we requested those papers. It's simply inhuman. If so, this says it's simply inhuman, which works. But it could also be it's simply inhumane if that's what you were going for. It needs an E. I've been waiting for weeks. Politicians turned a blind eye to what's going on here, so we're printing that for NAT. Our data gone up in smoke. The National Bank saw more than 6,000 personal information. That's worded weird. Like, that should either be like more than 6,000 people's personal information or more than 6,000 instances of personal information. Like, 6,000 personal information doesn't make sense. Of its customers going up in smoke last night. The political party Earth, a great defender of new technologies, was immediately outraged. The UCO and its anti-digital policy are to blame. According to our sources, it will take months to reconstitute all the data lost in the fire. Alright, so basically, it's cool to know that this world is like the future, but data is banned, so we're back to print media. Even though, as a print media person, I have access to a computer. Try to see how factual this one really is. It's like, yeah, there was a fire and a bunch of personal information was lost. Okay, we interviewed an Earth person, but a great defender of new technologies. Seems really biased. And I don't know why that's highlighted either. The National Bank. Hang on. Does that mean that it's information that maybe it wasn't verified? Recently created a political movement that advocates for the abolition of the anti-digital law and a return to a more technology-driven world. The famous anti-data and digital law had led to the removal of the technological devices in every house, but also to the destruction of all the existing digital data. The political party reproves that the infrastructures and digital data are only reserved to a small elite political, journalistic, or law enforcement organizations. Earth especially criticizes the centralization of the personal data, thus creating inequalities regarding the information access. I mean, that makes sense. We'll print that, and we'll print the DD thing. That's good. That is fun. Also, we're losing money. Yay! Try the new coffee shop around the corner. From expert Laura, their muffins are amazing. Oh, it's a new coffee shop now, or is it nighttime? Is this a new coffee sign, or is it just supposed to be dark out because it's raining? Alright, well, let's print this and get yelled at by our boss. Is she mad at me for not printing that other thing? Hey, you printed the front page without the UCO article on it, did you? But the manager expressly asked you to do it. Well, between us, I understand why you didn't do it. It's just... Be careful, okay? Most people will want to shut you up or tell you what you're supposed to do. As editor of an independent newspaper, it's crucial to maintain your free will. Anyway, I wish you a good night. See you next week. Oh, it's giving me spoop. It gave me spoopy music! It gave me spoopy music! Damn. I understand ending the demo there, but damn. It definitely makes you want to play more of the game. Having said that, pew, everybody make sure you go to Steam and wishlist the game and download the demo. Steam Steam Fest? Steam Fest, whatever it is. The Steam Festival, whichever festival it is, starts tomorrow. It's from the 15th to the 22nd. So wishlisting games, uh, downloading the demos, playing the demos during that really, really, really helps the indie developers get seen. It helps Steam know that people like the game. It pushes it to the front. So, please, 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 tomorrow, the 15th, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, if it's between the 15th and the 22nd right now, go to the Steam page, wishlist the game, download the demo, give it a play yourself. It is a lot of fun. Put it on a different color scheme. Publish articles that are different than the ones that I published. I'm probably going to do like a Steam Fest view boost thing to these Wednesday, maybe, possibly. where I'll like play the demos that I've already played, but like differently. But if you are watching this as the standalone YouTube page, you will be able to find all the links to this game, to their socials, and to their Steam page in the description below. Or if you join the Discord, the links will also be in the Discord as of today. They'll be posted as soon as I'm done streaming. So you can go and wishlist and etc. yourself. So that was front page.